You already live by systems thinking. Every time you organize something, make a decision, give someone permission, establish a rule, create a process, or decide what should happen next, you are building a small world. A world begins with a reality that matters to you. Something is happening now, something else could happen next, and the path between the two depends on how you have arranged things. Imagine running a business. A customer wants something. Someone has responsibility for providing it. Money changes hands. Commitments are made. Time matters. Certain people have authority to make certain decisions. What happens today changes what becomes possible tomorrow. Long before anyone introduces software, there is already logic. Logic is simply the structure connecting reality to consequence. Because this happened, that now becomes possible. Because this person has authority, this decision can move forward. Because something changed, another part of the world must respond. Once you begin thinking this way, you start seeing life less as a collection of isolated tasks and more as a world of relationships. A decision changes what comes next. An authorization gives someone the power to create a change. A commitment creates a future obligation. A record allows the past to affect the present. A rule makes a decision reusable. A process connects one change to another until an outcome appears. Technology gives these human structures extraordinary reach. When we build a technological system, we take part of a world that previously depended on people remembering, interpreting, coordinating, and acting, and make more of its logic explicit. The system can then carry some of that structure forward on our behalf. This is where coding enters the picture. Code is one way of making logic executable. Before code can be useful, someone has to understand the world well enough to describe how it should behave. The difficult part is often deciding what things mean, what changes matter, what authority people have, what should be remembered, and what consequences should follow. The same thinking applies far beyond programming. Designing an organization is world building. Designing a marketplace is world building. Creating a game is world building. Establishing a legal agreement is world building. Building a product is world building. You are deciding how reality inside that world behaves. As the world becomes more precise, pieces of judgment can become durable. A decision that once had to be made repeatedly can become a rule. A rule can become a process. A process can become software. Software can eventually become a capability so reliable that somebody else simply uses it as a building block. This is how complexity accumulates without requiring each person to understand everything beneath them. You can send money without understanding banking infrastructure. You can speak to someone across the planet without understanding telecommunications. You can ask an artificial intelligence to build software without personally knowing every instruction the computer will execute. Human progress continually turns difficult achievements into simpler powers that later builders can compose into larger worlds. AI makes this way of thinking especially important. As machines become better at producing the technical machinery, the person increasingly works at the level above it. You define the reality. You clarify the intended change. You establish authority. You decide what success means. The machine helps turn that structure into something operational. The deeper skill is learning to see the hidden logic connecting things. You begin with a world. You understand how that world can change. You shape the rules that govern those changes. And eventually, when useful, you make those rules executable. That is systems thinking. Coding is one of its languages.